David Banner.
So, another question. Then, because I know that you behind the camera, so I
Mm-hmm.
just want to ask you all your questions
Mm-hmm.
first. Who affected you more as an artist or whatever your main job is? I know it is
Mm-hmm.
rapper for
Mm-hmm.
you,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask him what he like. Who motivated you the most to really get on your hustle?
I say Raekwon the chef.
Wow, why? Because Raekwon is a cool ass motherfucker. Like I'm
Yeah,
glad
yeah,
you
yeah.
said
He's
that.
one of the first celebrities that I was fortunate enough to meet
Uh,
and build a relationship with, and just being able to see his work ethic, it allowed me to know what it actually took.
what specifically did he do though?
I mean, he when just studio every day, like and his work ethic in the studio, and been touring since I known him.
Right.
Like he's here and he's on the road.
You
You
know
know
what
what I
really
mean?
made me like Raekwon?
What's that?
Skewing on a Barbie.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
he like,
yeah. He was the one in the group that was billing. He was rocking
I
with
was
the
gonna say that.
alcoholics in the West Coast with Tash and them. Then
That's what
he
I
would
was gonna
come
say.
down here in the A.
If you notice, like Southerners, we'll go get people from all over the world, but it's not too many people that'll come and grab us and
Right,
be a part of what we doing. And I really like skewing on the Barbie. Like even though I was a Wu fan
right.
already, but like for him to connect in the way that he did, and then the verse was so jamming,
Yeah,
and then like to go even be there with who was my favorite rapper of all time, it just meant a lot.
right, right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Regina, is there any artist that you can say that really influenced any part of your life, like somebody that pushed you to do something? Because I think those real artists, I think that the most dangerous thing about Tupac and the reason why people were so afraid of him, he was one of the few artists that his music, it transcended just the CDs. I think Tupac was one of the few people where he would tell, there's a lot of people that go platinum and they tell people to do something and they're not gonna do nothing but buy their records. But I think Tupac was one of the people who, at least in my life, because I gotta say, like, I don't even like cigarette smoke. Tupac is the only artist ever in life, because I am not a follower. I started smoking Newports because of Tupac. Like literally, and I hate cigarette smoke. Damn, I'm
That's
sorry, Virginia.
terrible.
What is there any
Tup-
artist that ever
I would
ever
say
pushed
Tupac.
you?
I
Yeah.
like Tupac because not only will think he was dope as an artist, but like he spoke out and spoke up. 'Cause-
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said?
yes, I
I'm sorry.
did. Thank
Did you
you.
hear
He
it too,
spoke out
Tommy?
and spoke up
Oh, sorry.
about us as a people, and he did it very early on. And I love the fact that he was outspoken, where he came from, what he stood for. Like Pop, West Side.
Lee,
What up?
who would you say was the most influential artist on you?
It's like mine's is weird because it come in like different phases of my life. You know what I'm saying? No, so I mean it's like it's different. It's different stages of my life that different artists played a big influence on me. Yeah, nah, it's different parts. Like I mean, like I can think of like when I was a young kid, then I can think to like junior high, high school, then I can think like more so as an
But
adult.
who had the most influence on you?
I mean, probably played the most pivotal part in my life, to be honest with you, because that's what got me to leave Youngstown right then, was Rick Ross' first album. Like when I pushed it to, I used to sit in there and just listen to that song over and over. I was like, man, fuck this, I'm out. And I just put all my shit in my car and drove down this bitch. And I ain't never
Did you
moved back
put that
since.
chain in a car too?
Huh?
What chain?
The one he's wearing.
But yeah, I took and like the cold part about it is I had got
All
some
your
music put in my
sneakers.
car.
Give me my Jordan. Some.
Look, I put some music in my car the day before I was about to leave. Them niggas came back and stole my shit that night. So I drove down this bitch from Ohio, 12 hours, no music
Well,
in my
you was
car.
really
Like, I was
trying
like,
to get
I'm
on.
out. Like, they took my deck out, all that shit, popped my cutlass. I came in there with my T-top cutlass and shit. And yeah, all that got
You're
took the
just
night
saying.
before.
You know all the lyrics anyway.
I'm really surprised. I thought you was gonna give us your Snoop story.
Well, I mean, Snoop is it, but I said the most important part of my life, leaving Youngstown, was
Yeah,
by
don't.
far
Yeah,
it.
it don't. Yeah.
So
If it's about influence, that's
yeah,
it. Yeah.
so that was it. But I mean, everybody know that.
Thanks, Rick.
Like I always say
Yeah, I
that
was about to
about.
say shout out to Rick Ross, man. We
Changing
really,
Leah's
really,
life.
man. A part of my life I don't talk about is that people don't know because they didn't know David Banner. Is that I did Thug Holiday for Trick Daddy, which is arguably one of his biggest songs.
Yep.
And Rick Ross was signed to Slip and Slide at the time.
I didn't
So
know that.
because people didn't know me, like me and Rick Ross would spend a lot of time talking. And I was just so happy, man, when he really got an opportunity to break out. I was really, really proud because, bro, I remember, him sitting back waiting on his opportunity because you got to understand they had Trick and Trina and it was just so much going on and he was just like sitting back waiting on his opportunity to get it. And I think he did, I don't know the story, but I think he probably did the same thing that 2 Chainz did. It just took his own career in his hand and he did it. You know what I'm saying? So like to see Rick Ross and then the Rick Ross I used to talk to while I was sitting back waiting on my opportunity to get in the studio, we were both probably sitting back thinking the same thing, like when is my time gonna come?
Right.
And just to see that, man, I'm really proud. Scott, I'm sorry, no,
I was gonna
Virginia's
say
about to
that's the
something.
part people don't see. They think when they see an artist come out, it's instant success, but they don't see the years and the preparation that's done that it takes.
You know that's
think,
why
oh,
you
yeah.
here. That's why you here.
Cause you heard my song.
No,
Oh,
because
my
when,
Ah.
when nobody else fuck with me, you always did.
Thanks, buddy.
Like when didn't nobody know me, didn't know who the fuck I was. I didn't comb my hair much.
You were kind of scary looking, but I loved you.
You never told me that.
Thanks, guys.
That's the first time you ever
You
told
weren't
me
really
that.
scary looking. I just wanted to say something.
That hurt. No, I'm just joking.
I know.
No, but you fuck with me, and
I
I
do.
went to listen to beats from Mr. DJ for the same reason.
That's a good
I-
guy.
I told him I was like, bro, I don't need any beats. I want your beats, bro, because you helped me. You and Regina helped me when wouldn't nobody fuck with me. Y'all
DJ.
three, and Jazzy Faye, and we gonna get Jazzy Faye up here. Whatever he want to sell, I got it. Like Jazzy Faye was one of the most pivotal people in my career,
Oh
and
boy.
he don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about noontime.
Good people.
When we were up at the studio, we were talking about noontime. Like Jazzy Faye was the reason why I got into noontime. He was like, Banner. I think a lot of people shot for me because I was from Mississippi, and people wanted to see Mississippi win. That's why Snoop fucked with me. He was like, man, I was, that's where my family from. He fucked with me just on that, and I think so many people wanted to see Mississippi win that they invested in me. I think that's why, like, Chicago was the main place where I sold most of my records when my first album came out. And I think it was because so many people wanted that connection with their grandparents and their people in Mississippi, so they invested in me. You know what I mean? Scott, who would you say had the most influence on you as as an artist?
I would have to say Bob Marley, man, because
Hold on, stop. That actually connects.
it's going to all connect.
I'm sorry, Scott. I'm sorry.
I can remember in the late 70s riding around with my uncle, and he would be listening to Bob Marley. And then he would be explaining the lyrics to me. So that's when I first found out, like, how the British colonialized Jamaica and their struggle with colonialism and freedom. And, that was revolutionary music for those times. And then, like Lee said, life comes in phases. And all through my different phases of my life, whether me being a high school teacher or in pharmaceuticals or doing what I do now, Bob Marley has woven itself in my life through all of those things. So I'm gonna say that'd be the most consistent influence because I've been listening to Bob Marley since I was 6 or 7 years old in different various phases of my life for different reasons. But his lyrics are still ringing true today as they were when I was 7 years old. He's talking about revolution.
What's funny is, and I want to say this, I want to admit this because most people don't admit it. Like, I thought that, especially when you see Bob Marley, I thought that Rastafarians were a major part of Jamaican culture. And I was dating a girl who was from Jamaica, and she hit me on something, and it was the first time in a very long time that I felt stupid. Like the Rastafarians were considered the same way that we considered like the people who were in our families who were Black Power members. Like they were not really accepted in
They weren't
Jamaica.
mainstream.
They were not mainstream until after Bob Marley really broke through.
Wow.
And the sacrifices that they had to go through and the things that they had to go through because of what they believed in, man. Like I did not know that. And most people won't admit that they were ignorant to something. Like I felt really bad. Like I really thought that most people from Jamaica were Rastafarians, and that is not the truth. Like
it's easy to place stigmas on people when you see dreadlocks and people smoking weed, and that's such a controversial subject. But really, when you think about what they were talking about, spirituality and freedom, and what Jah's purpose for all of us is happiness and peace,
and the reason why they locked their hair up, and the reason why they locked their hair up and would not want to change, like that's sacrifice, man. And go ahead.
Much easier to mock those people than to really get into those truths and those messages, because then you have to go back and look at yourself.
Or it's easier, the same thing that they did to the Malcolm X hat. They put an X on a hat, and it's easy for you to wear that hat and not know the rationale and the reason why we're wearing it. You take the pain out, and the pain is the reason why we are who we are. Have I asked everybody the question? Is it my turn?
Did you ask Corey?
Corey. Yeah, sorry.
As far as artists?
Yes.
I would have to say over my lifetime, it's probably got to be Tupac. Just because I think about discovering Tupac when I was in middle school, going all the way up to even present day, and just how impactful his music is, not only just lyrically, but sonically, just the whole gamut of it. Well, the thing that attracted me to Pac's music, I grew up a hip hop fan, but Pac was the first rapper that when he said something, you could feel that from the pit of his stomach. Meant that. You felt that. And it was like, Pac was one low key that made MCs start stacking their vocals, and Pac wasn't recording to stack his vocals to make them thicker. It was just because when he was recording, he'd be so passionate, he would miss words here and miss words there. So he'd get it on an overdub track. But the overall package of it, just that passion and that raw emotion.
Corey, that's what we need from you.
He spoke with compassion.
That's what I need from you, bro. Like even that story right there explains why. Like that's the part that we need. And I want to tell you, bro, people really like you, bro. And like I just want you to know we don't be fucking with you. It's just because people want to know Corey. You know what I'm saying? So we just try to pull it out, man.
Nah, it's all good. I mean, you know me. I'm a behind the scenes type guy with this.
Not no more.
Right. So it's on my
no more.
Your dog's sexual life is all over our podcast at this point.
Wow.
For me, y'all want to know something that's crazy?
What's that?
I changed my artist 3 times since I've been sitting here listening to
Really?
y'all.
I mean, because it's like, that's why I
It's
tell you
so
a different point,
many.
because it's like Snoop and Short play such a pivotal part in just like, because I was mannish growing up
Because it was
fast listening to
crazy.
them.
You never talked about Rick Ross to me before. Like,
Because that's what really, when I was sitting there, I was listening to that album.
and
that Push It to the Left, I was like, man, I got to leave this motherfucker. Like, I got to go, or this shit about to be bad. And I was just like, and I'm out.
So I'll tell y'all, mine changed, and it's crazy because it hit me hard, man. I'd say Pimp C. And I say Pimp C because maybe with the exception of Snoop, like Pimp C was really my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that me and Pimp C became friends was that I sampled like a pimp and I didn't know him. And I got it cleared through, at the time, Jive. So I thought as a man, this man has changed my whole entire life. I sampled his voice, he in jail, and I ain't even spoke to him. So I hit everybody in Houston that I knew to try to find his, his address, and people gave me the right address.
Because he was locked up at the time,
He was locked up at the time. And what's crazy, Smoke D, who was on front, back, side to side, he's from Jackson, Mississippi. And it was like I knew Smoke, but I didn't know Pimp. And I just thought that it wasn't right that I didn't talk to him or get to know him, so I wrote him. And then come to find out that did many people write him. You know what I mean? So like I started writing them, sending them pictures. I know people heard the story a lot, but like I took Polaroid pictures of my drum because he wanted to know how to work a drum machine, my drum machine. So I took a picture and I taught him how to work a drum machine through the pictures. Like you put all the pictures together. I would number the pictures.
Yeah.
And he would put them together. And I was on tour because of his song. So I was in the most beautiful places on this earth because of him. So I wouldn't send him pictures of women. I knew people were sending them naked pictures of women and all that kind of shit. I sent him pictures of the places that I went because of his voice. Because you got to think, I'm not one that play games and lie. I know that people thought that was Lil Flip's song
Right.
with Pimp C on the hook. I had to go and chase that and show people, hey, that's my song. But the truth is, it was because of his voice. And so I wrote him, man, and when he came out of jail, bro, he spoke about 5 people. And I was one of the people that he talked about. And I can't even lie, man. He said on the video that I sent money to his family. I don't even remember that.
How did he say it?
Like, Lee,
I like when you do it. Come on.
man, Banner was one of the few people, man. Banner took care of my family while I was in, man.
I love it.
I remember that story. He said, Banner, man, I told me and my son, they said they had naked beaches in L.A. I didn't think that shit was real. My son said he saw titties. I said, boy, you ain't seen no motherfucking titties, boy. I looked out the window and there was titties, man. No, but really, he would tell me all the time. He would bro, he would tell me, like, this funny, y'all. He was like, Banner, you smart, man. He was like, you smart. He's like, people don't understand you, man. Like, give them a couple more. Same shit you be telling me, bro. Give them a couple more like a pimps, man. Let people catch up with. Same thing with our company. You know we was struggling. And then as soon as all this shit popped off, we could barely keep up. People had to catch up to where we were. Our flag is what, 5, 6 years old now?
Yeah.
Like, we been done that shit. Them shoes that you did for us, bro, you been did that shit. Pimp told me that. He said, Banner, you smart. He's like, you different. You got to let people catch up with you.
It'd be funny because I be seeing everybody selling something with a fist on it now. It's like, dude, you've been about that for real since I've met you. You know what I'm saying?
I've been about that since when I read the autobiography. Well, first of all, when I read the same book that we sell.
Yeah.
When I read From the Broader File and I read Malcolm's autobiography, it changed my life. I've been about this since I was in 11th grade. When I was hustling, I've been about my people. You know, when I was almost a Buddhist monk, I've been about black people, African people. And Pimp told me, he was like, Banner, same thing. It's funny, Nipsey, and you know that book I always show you that Nipsey gave me? Nipsey gave me a book on marketing, not on pimping, not on hustling. He been about that. Pimp and Nipsey told me the same thing. They said, Banner, it's gonna take me a little bit longer. Like Pimp say, like Pimp's hoes, drug dealers put me on, Banner. He said, I gotta take them slow. And if you listen to the last, like, major album that UGK, like, Pimp and Bun was talking about some shit. They was on their way, bro. And you know, Lee, I talked to you about this shit, bro. Like, it's certain people, Scott, and tell me if you feel the same way. It's certain people that couldn't live on this earth and it be the way that it is right now, dog. It's just certain people, man, that like most of these coward-ass motherfuckers wouldn't breathe if Pac was here. And that sometimes make me think that I should be the person that you want me to be, Lee. Because these niggas wouldn't breathe, bro. If the shit that me and you talk about, if I got on that shit, these niggas would not breathe, dog. These nasty-ass crackers wouldn't breathe. Well, maybe I wouldn't be alive. My little cousin told me that. He said, Banner, when Katrina happened, he said, if you were as popular as Kanye, they would have killed you. Because you don't take no cut, dog. So, like, out of all that shit, man, Pimp C, like, I tell this story all the time, and then we'll move forward, man. Like the week that Pimp got I don't know if he got killed, like what happened, because I always tell people always ask me what happened, man. I say I don't know, I don't want to know. Like he dead, and so all the rationales and reasons why don't matter. But I remember, man, like he called me and was like, "Ben, I'm in L.A. Come pick me up." And I ain't pick up the phone, like I was in the studio, and I always wondered like what would have happened if I would have picked up that phone. But anyway, Pimp C is that I would say, like, you know, my favorite rapper of all time is Andre 3000. But then after that, the people who had the most effect on me would probably be, you know, Pimp C, Pac, and Pastor Troy. And it was the reason why
3 Ps.
Pastor Troy said, as long as he has Georgia, he don't need nothing else. That actually made me move back to Mississippi. I said, if I could do what Pastor Troy did, and all I need is if my people, you know, and I say it's funny.
Pimp, Pop,
I didn't even think about this. I say that all the time. What I always say, if I had you, I wouldn't need them. If black people really supported me the way that they could, I wouldn't need white people. Good, bad, or indifferent, I wouldn't need them motherfuckers. Regina, what changed about music to you? Because the music that you say that you like, it was a spirit about it. What changed and why you think it changed?
I think it changed because I think just times have changed. Like we're in a fast-paced society now. And I think then people kind of took time to put thought and their feelings and emotions in music. And I think there's some of that today, but not to the magnitude it was then. Because music felt like it had a soul.
Yeah.
And it felt like you could feel the lyrics and what they were saying. And I don't get a lot of that today. There's still some, but for me, I just...
Can I say something, Virginia, if you don't mind? Pleasure Principle by Janet Jackson. I have never used as much jargons as I've used ever in my life because of that video. The Pleasure Principle.
Yeah, I probably never practiced as much in any songs while you were using your jargons. I was practicing the steps.
Black guest jeans in the video.
Yeah, Scott! Scott, you never leave me lonely!
Sully,
What?
I'm not even going to tell you to stay in the light because I know you ain't going to listen.
What? What was you about to tell me to stand the light on?
He was going to
Oh
ask
no,
you that.
don't worry about that. I was too young for that. But you and Nelly with Tip Drill took care of me. Look, BET Uncut. What? 50 Cent had Disco Inferno. Luda had the Pussy Poppin' joint. The Head Down, that shit. It was like
any
my 4
positive
videos.
music that influenced your life at all, dog?
Positive.
Yeah.
Snoop
goes
is
way
positive.
back.
Snoop was not positive.
Too Short was positive because I ain't
Definitely.
no simp out here.
Okay.
Too Short taught me not to be no simp.
Well, and Too Short. I'm sorry. Snoop was positive because you know that's to me. But I mean, like spiritually or most any.
I like Tribe Called Quest.
There you. That's all one. That's all I'm asking for.
I just gave you one. I like Gangstar.
Okay.
Nah, that's 2.
That's 2.
Let's get 3. Come on, you can do it.
What
You
about
can
Tribe
do
Called
it.
Quest did you like, Lee? Because I've
The
never
music
ever
is
heard
funky.
you say that.
I got all the Q-Tips, even his solo albums to this day. I still listen to. Like Tip, they
He
just
has a
hard.
barrage of music.
Bro,
It goes way back.
Can we just
You're not
stop for a
gonna talk
second
about any of that?
and talk about? I'm sorry, Virginia. Did you want to
No, you're good.
like that first Dog Pound, that first Snoop?
Man, I'm telling you, it was a block of window where, like, with anything it was like a little, they just had a chokehold that was so fucking hard. It was just something like, you got to think, they went from Chronic
And
to go to
motherfuckers talk
Doggy
that shit. Y'all was
Style.
not smoking weed outright until you fucking saw Snoop fucking bow down. Y'all niggas are lying. I remember that time. People used to talk about weed like it was a real fucking drug.
Like it was heroin.
Outside of Bob Marley, that generation, Snoop is the reason why y'all motherfuckers is braiding y'all hair and smoking weed, bow down to Period.
West Side.
Period. Y'all niggas is lying. Y'all niggas are fucking lying. And rap wasn't really making money until they came through. I mean, they gave Eric B and Rakim a meal. But outside of that, motherfuckers wasn't really making that kind of money. And it was exceptions to the rule, but come on, y'all got to give it up. I believe in giving it up, bro.
Yeah,
That's true.
Suge came getting that.
That's true.
So there's a story that even N.O.R.E doesn't know about. And I always like to be honest. It's crazy the people that we like.
I know what you about to say.
The people that we like the most usually end up being dickheads. And the people that we don't, N.O.R.E has said, because at the time I was a staunch Christian.
Uh-huh.
And N.O.R.E said, fuck you and your weak religion. I was mad. I was hot. And,
Tell me that story.
I'm telling it now.
I know I'm listening.
And I was hot. And it's funny because I sound more like him now. And N.O.R.E is probably one of the few people that helped me, outside of people that I was really cool with. N.O.R.E still to this day. Anything that I need, anything that I want, he's been the most helpful person, to me. Like outside the people that I kick it with every day. And when we signed to the label, N.O.R.E, when they shot that $1 million video for N.O.R.E, because N.O.R.E may be the first rapper who had $1 million video.
Man.
I'm not sure. But he tried to give us $70,000 out of his budget so Crooked Letters could shoot. And those of y'all who don't know, Crooked Letters was a group that I originated from. N.O.R.E tried to give us, $70,000 off his budget, and Neil Levine wouldn't do that.
Dang.
All they had to do was take that cheetah out of the video. You remember the cheetah that was at the pyramid? Because I think they shot that shit in Egypt. Regina.
Yes, sir.
To this day, right now, right now in today's time, who touches you?
Musically?
We're not talking about the rooftop.
I saw you tap.
I'm sorry,
I saw
Terrence.
you tap Lee.
Thank you, Terrence, for all your posts. He supports us so much. I reposted this video with the shoe on there.
I would say
If
today.
I'm not the best man, it's a problem. I'm fucking up everything. I'm serious. If I'm not the best man, I don't give a shit
I would say.
who people are friends with.
I
got a problem. I'm just letting everybody
How you
know.
gonna be the best? You talking about her
today.
way?
Yeah.
How you gonna be the best man? That's his choice.
I don't give a shit.
That nigga can shoot.
I'm trying to think.
We got, hey, you know who we got
out
from
there
the Nation of
today?
Islam?
Oh, Kendrick. I love Kendrick.
No.
Who?
You don't know the other one?
And
I'm gonna show you what he texts me.
I just know Hans McDaniels.
No. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
I want to see what he takes you to.
Regina, do you want us to edit that out?
Corey, check your
I
phone.
don't care. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, I just peeped it.
Oh.
Corey, how the fuck you a part of this debauchery?
And
Wow,
he's
all right,
smiling
Corey.
too, Corey. Like,
I'm part of the crew.
Corey about to come
I'm
on.
part of the crew.
Corey gonna come on my house when we get finished with this. He gonna smoke some weed.
What?
Yeah.
That's not allowed.
We can't come to your house.
Look, that's in his own voice. That's not allowed.
Corey, you ever smoking weed with me?
Don't know if I can do it. I'm not gonna answer.
Sound just like him. Hey, Corey, could you edit this out?
Oh yeah, I got you. No problem. I got it. No problem.
Are the dogs fucking?
I mean, the dogs are being dogs, you know.
You can't really blame the dogs. The dogs.
They're not really susceptible to COVID.
As long as they're not breathing on each other, it's okay. Hey,
Y'all are
ask me a
hilarious.
question. Ask me a question. I'm Corey.
Corey, do you use rubbers?
Well, actually, see, no, we you have to. Rubbers are natural. Why you over there laughing? Tommy Nova, you ain't shit. Cause I'ma tell you, he showed me the text the little meme that you sent, the sweating meme. You a mean motherfucker. I never told you, but since we being open, that was the meanest.
Yeah,
That's when I
really
knew you.
open to them.
Hey, but no disrespect, that's when I knew you was one of us. I was like, wow, you a mean motherfucker, Tommy Nova.
I couldn't stop laughing at this shit. We was in the car, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy Nova, listen, look at me. You notice that's when we really got tight for real. And right after that, I said he one of us. I was surprised. I never thought that you would drop, but I knew you were down there with us. He tells me that I'm worse than everybody. That I'm just outwardly disciplined.
No,
But then
he
when I
puts
do
it
it-
off on. You got like put off people. So it's like I can be the fall guy for you cutting up.
No, but I don't cut up
Not
much.
true.
I don't.
Not true.
Besides what I cut up in, that's it.
Oh my goodness.
You know I don't. Come on, bro.
Whoa.
You are a
Exactly.
good
Say it
person.
again.
But
Scott. Whoa.
and so am I. But you make it like I'm just out
You
here.
are
just,
the worst.
Oh, you
How
definitely
though?
are.
Yeah, you the worst.
I just don't think it's that much
Voila.
difference.
But I like what you do. It reminds me of me.
Man, I'm not that bad.
But you try though.
You
the
definitely
reason
are.
why I fuck
How
with
am I
you
bad?
is because
How are you
I
not?
set parameters to see if you could do it, and you did it for me.
it's certain things
Unless you lied.
No, it's certain things you told me not to do that you did. When you was like, man, come on, Lee, don't do that. It's certain people that you told me to don't touch up.
Not to shoot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that.
Okay.
All of them. I left them breathing.
What?
One of the motherfuckers, we might amend that shit.
What?
In closing, Regina, music. What does music mean to you?
Music actually has been my livelihood.
Do you love me?
I love you.
I love you more.
I love that I met you through music.
I love you more than most people on this fucking earth.
Oh, love you too. I really do, though.
You don't say that you love me like you used to, and I understand why. But it's okay.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, it's okay.
I tell you I love you every day.
But not like you used to. You used to be like, yeah, I love you. Now you say, yes.
No, I don't.
Do you remember our Instagram call yesterday when I didn't know that they knew you?
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. Okay, music.
Music.
Will you always love me as much as you love me now, no matter what happens?
Yes.
Say it.
I will always love you as much as I love you right now, no matter what happens.
Okay, and make sure that I don't get shot.
Oh,
'Cause he almost shot fucking Lee.
Who?
You know he almost. Now we don't fucking
now I
know.
what you're talking about. I'm like, how am I going to keep you from getting shot?
Fucking
You're not going to
COVID.
get.
We gonna call him COVID.
Yeah. He just come around sneezing on motherfuckers.
You motherfucker, you dead.
Like, we invite you in, and this is what you do to us?
It's Ice Cube's birthday. Happy birthday.
Today was a good day.
All right, so this is the David Banner Podcast. We appreciate you all for coming out. And Scott, you want to say anything in closing? Corey? Regina, do we have any elders this week?
Yes, I'm the elder.
Okay, what you
I'd like to tell you guys to don't listen to anything Lee said while I was gone, and know that
Excellent.
we are good show. We love you guys. So we're gonna have a disclaimer stating that whatever he said, we are not with. If you said any debauchery, you too, sure.
I don't never
But
do
you know
anything
something, I just want to encourage us to keep moving and keep pushing and fighting for what we deserve.
And I also want to tell you all something. As much as we joke on our show, one of the things that I wanted to do with our show is I know that y'all are getting bombarded with so many heavy things that we wanted this to be a place when people are not educating, that we want to educate you, and when everybody educating, then this is where you get the debauchery. Like, what, bro?
I didn't say nothing. You were talking. I didn't say a word.
You've been acting different since you got that pinky ring.
It's old. I need a new one. I think
know.
for my birthday, I want like a big one. I'm going to get a big one.
You spoiled, bro.
I think that's what I'm going to do for my birthday. I'm going to get a bigger pinky ring.
You spoiled.
Bigger pinky ring.
Bigger one, yeah.
Bigger.
So I'm gonna tell y'all something about Lee really quick before we go. So
I want one of the ones that I could just click on the
I'm
table.
the type of person, man, like if I make more money, then I believe we all should have more money. I've always been that way. Tommy, I still owe you $50 though. All right. Cause like, I don't want to even tell you that. But like, Lee the type of motherfucker, he's so spoiled. Since he know all the rest of the stuff that I'm doing, he be sitting around like, ain't it bonus time? You're the most ungrateful motherfucker
How am
I've
I
ever met.
ungrateful? I've never, no.
Cause bro, you don't know if tax time. You don't know.
I never assumed no bonus
Yes,
time.
you do. Last time I paid, you was like, I knew this was coming.
Oh,
You didn't say that. Yes, you did.
No, but you know why?
Did you say it?
But why
But did you
did I
say
think
it,
that?
though?
I did say it, but why did I figure it was coming? He act like I didn't like. It's kind of like if we want to play. If you win a game, you know y'all might have pizza party after the game, right?
Yeah.
So I won a game. I won a game.
No,
so
you won a
game
game biggie time. But what I'm saying is like, bro, taxes and all that.
Then if it wasn't, then it wasn't.
But the fact that you was like, yeah,
I kind of figured, you know. Something.
You was but you said you was spoiled yesterday, dog.
I put up some buckets, and then Coach always takes
I'm
care of me.
always- but I'm-
That's what I just say. Coach always take care of me when I put up buckets. So when I put up buckets,
But
I
it
can
don't
just,
make it feel special if you expecting it and I give it and you already expecting
you
it.
expect
though.
me to put up buckets, don't you?
Oh, I know.
Exactly. So it's the
Yeah.
same thing.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not the same.
You expect it out of me?
All right, then.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Corey.
it's the David Banner podcast.
No, don't end us
sorry,
this way.
sorry. Corey, I love you, Scott.
Hey, and y'all better buy
I love
all
you
that
too.
new shit.
Sorry.
Don't
Yeah.
end that shit.
We're not
Regina.
ending. Scott, save us, please. Corey, save us.
I want to say that music has taken me around the world. And I want to thank you, David Banner,
You're welcome.
because your music is one of those vehicles that has taken me around the world, as well as Jill Scott, D'Angelo, and N.O.R.E. I want to really give a shout out to those 4 people. They're responsible for my livelihood. They really changed my life, gave me some experiences that a small town kid from a dirt road shouldn't have even been able to dream about, let alone experience. So from an influence of music standpoint, I got to give a huge shout out to David Banner, Jill Scott, D'Angelo, and my dog,
And
Mario.
I want to say in that, Scott, that I thank you for your you acknowledging us, bro, but it's because of the type of man that you are. You know what I'm saying? You always,
And y'all did it anyway.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, I love y'all. Thank you, Scott, Corey. I appreciate y'all.
All right, no problem.
Hey, Boogie, Tommy Nova. This is the David Banner podcast. I want to say something in closing. Make sure you keep this, Corey.
All right.
Things are crazy out here, man. There's some shit happening in Atlanta right now. You can't really trust nobody right now, man. These white boys acting crazy as fuck. And, some shit we can't even talk about that we are seeing that's going on, and make sure that we protect our women and our children with our life. And y'all be safe out there, man. We love you from the David Banner podcast. Peace.
This episode of the David Banner podcast is being sponsored by the all-new Nissan of Union City. That's 4080 Jonesboro Road, Union City, Georgia, 30291. Again, that's 4080 Jonesboro Road, Union City, Georgia, 30291. That's Nissan of Union City. Come and experience the difference.
If you're sick of bullshit TV that's always showing our people in a negative light, if you're looking for information that's simple and entertaining instead of boring, check out Business Bully TV. Business Bully TV has amazing programming, from celebrity interviews, documentaries, and movie reviews. You can watch exclusive programming that you can't get anywhere else from today's power players. Business Bully TV is available for free on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and streaming 24/7 and on demand at businessbully.tv. Once again, this is David Banner from the David Banner Podcast.